Hey folks, welcome back to another Poemaster video, and we are back with our routine video because we do have a banner coming up tonight, right? And let's talk about it. So, straight off the bat, Wallace is a fantastic unit. Susan Grimsley is fantastic, right? And they're even better now that we have May. However, if you're a free-to-play player, right, unless you're just the biggest Wallace fan and you don't care about, or a Grimsley fan and you don't really care about any other sync in the game, right? If you're not that, this is the time to start saving your gems. This is the time to start saving your gems, right? Because the 1.5 year anniversary is coming up. We're getting like new types of Poke Fairs. We're getting like a bunch of stuff. This is not the time to summon on rerun banners. So I'm just getting that out of the way first. So in terms of the sync pairs again, if you're new, you don't really know about them, we could talk about them. We could definitely talk about them. That's what these videos are for, right? So anyways, now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about Wallace and Susan Grimsley. So they're rerunning this banner for a few reasons. One, because I'd assume, May's out, and then they could, do something with that, because again, May helps out all the water type units, right? Well, May helps them out and also hurts them, because May just makes all the like water damage healers just look like slightly bad. But again, obviously she helps them as well, and you could definitely just run like double damage healer teams with May in that comp, and work perfectly well. So anyways, let's talk about Wallace first. So Wallace is getting a 6-star EX, which I will be, I will be going ahead and 6-star EXing that guy, because Wallace is probably my favorite or second favorite male trainer in the whole series. I really like Wallace, and I do like the outfit as well. It got the Milotic colors, and Milotic has really nice colors. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna be doing personally. But as for the sync pair itself, right, let's talk about it. So Wallace Milotic is a tech sync pair, right? It does like a lot of things, and honestly got like a huge buff recently, like not only from like May having like rain and all that stuff. Master mode, Wallace is fantastic in Master mode, because Wallace has Trap, and Trap is really good in Master mode. He has Whirlpool, obviously, and then on top of that, in his passives, he has Poke Trap 5, which increases the damage that your opponent takes from being trapped, right? And on top of that, your Synchro also has another Poke Trap 1. So this is very, it's a really great unit in Master mode. Outside of that, right, it has Brine, which actually does really good damage. The power's doubled if opponent's HP is half or below, right? And on top of that, he has like really great multipliers. He has Stationary Target 5. He has Super Duper Effective 2. What else? I think he had like one more thing, right? Oh, Stationary Target 3, right? He has fantastic multipliers. So even Brine, like even if the opponent isn't under half HP, Brine still does like solid damage, right? And then he has like the single highest damaging move in the game, Mirror Coat, but it's really bad. Don't use it. Right? Mirror Coats it just counters like special moves, right? It will do a lot of damage, but it is like a 2-turn move, and like most of the time it's not really worth it. I mean, if you could get it to work, sure, I guess. But usually it's not extremely worth it, right? As for the trainer move, Grand Illusion, which in my opinion, like, it's not that great. It reflects status conditions back to your opponent's field, right? However, it also gives you endurance, which I actually do think the endurance is more effective than the other thing, because the unfortunate thing about that is like it doesn't work on secondary effects, which really sucks, right? It only works on stuff like Will-O-Wisp, Poison Gas, Stun Spore, Hypnosis, stuff like that. It doesn't work on like, oh, if you get burned by like a heat wave or whatever, right? Which really sucks. I don't know why they made it like that, but yeah, it doesn't work like that. So that is slightly unfortunate. Again, as for the passive, that's Recuperation too, and this is the main reason why Wallace is so incredibly good, because Recuperation is just one of the like strongest moves in the game, or passives, I guess. You recover HP after using a sync move. And in single player, it's not that great in co-op, but in single player, you get your sync move up really fast, right? It's 3 turns, you get a sync move. So every 3 turns, you heal yourself without using any MP, without using any whatever, right? And it's not like his sync move is bad. His sync move is actually really good. You get 2 times multiplier on your sync move if the opponent is trapped, right? So that's really nice. And then on top of that, it gets boosted by Rain, and then if you do 6-star EX, and that's another 1.5 times multiplier, right? So Wallace, in terms of the stats, actually doesn't have that great defense. I mean, special defense is solid, I guess, but the physical defense isn't that great. It doesn't get good until, like, you go into the Synchro, which you pick up Sterner stuff, and that physical defense becomes so much better, right? It has really, really good special attack for its tech sync pair, right? 318. It's fantastic. It has really, really good HP, almost like 800 HP. There's a lot of HP. And speed isn't the best, right? But it's also not terrible. It's it's middle of the pack, right? It's mediocre, but it's usable, I guess. As for the Synchro, right, you got a lot of stuff that you expand upon in your Synchro. You got First Aid 4 that heals you, obviously. Certain stuff, like I mentioned before, reduces physical attack damage, right? This isn't like a defense buff or whatever. It's straight up physical damage reduction, and damage reduction is just, in like almost all case scenarios, just straight up better than defensive buffs or whatever, right? So that's really, really nice. Again, you have Poke Trap 1, increases your trap damage, which again is really, really effective in Master Mode. Got Revenge Boost, gives you gauge when you get hit by an attack move, so it does help with the speed issue. Again, has like a lot of great multipliers if you're trying to attack. And Inspire Ire, so you could also run Wallace as like a off tank, right? So if you need that. Healthy Healing's fantastic, right? Just get gradually healing when you enter the battle. Catalytic Cure on Mirror Code. It sounds good, but your chance of that happening not really great. Plus, again, you're just not going to use that many Mirror Codes. Shield Squad on Grand Illusion is nice, 30% chance, or not 30%, it's guaranteed chance to raise the defense of your whole team by 2, which is good, which is really, really good, right? Unfortunately, I think Grand Illusion only has like 1 MP, right? Yeah, it only has 1 MP. I don't even know why it has, it's not even that good. Why does it only have 1 MP? Anyways, yeah, it's fantastic thing, right? Really, really good, especially now that we have Mei. Makes it even better, right? And especially now that we have Master Mode, like Wallace just got a really, really great buff recently, so that's definitely really nice. Oh, also the Miracle power. So I mean, again, Miracle's like damage is it's insane, but again, it's just very situational, right? And if you screw up, you could just straight up just lose turns, which is really bad. I mean, you're losing turns anyways, but you could lose more turns if you screw it up. But anyways, moving on to Sharpedo. Sharpedo. There we go. Sharpedo is really great as well. Like the biggest spotlight is look at Mega Sharpedo's speed stat. That's almost 500 speed at like 0 out of 20. If you get the thing, if you get the thing. Oh, they finally got a level 130 stats. Fantastic. If you get it like 20 out of 20. Oh my goodness, look at that speed stat, right? Yeah. And again, it has really, really great attack stat as well. Its defenses aren't actually that bad with like 600 HP. People make it seem like he can't tank anything because of like its trainer move, but if you don't use it, like this is okay-ish defenses. Like this almost 150 defenses on like over 600 HP. That's actually really, really good, right? So as for the moveset, as Liquidation, X Attack, oh, that's Mega. That's just like regular. So as Waterfall, X Attack, Liquidation, and Synchro Swim. Synchro Swim is not that great, right? It moves all, well, I mean, it's not terrible, but like the cost is basically, yeah, you have to potion the sky, right? Unless you're running like some like crazy like pressure cooker, power reserve kind of build with it. Otherwise, you probably want to heal if you're going to use it. Synchro Swim gives you +3 evasion and crit, right? And then you take 90% recoil. And if it's Mega Sharpedo, you also radically raise your attack, which is really, really nice. Liquidation, chance to lower the opponent's defense, does solid damage, right? X attack, all that stuff. And as your passive, Fast Track 2, 30% chance of raising your speed after you use a move. On top of the insane speed, like if you run Sharpedo, like on any team, like you do not have to worry about speed issues. It is so good on that, right? Power Flux 5, which is really, really good. The more the gauge, the more your power up your moves. Double Down 5, extra 50% on your sync move if it's super effective. So even though you are a mega sync, which does have lower damage, it makes it so that like the difference isn't really that much between like a mega sync move and like a regular one, right? And then once you Mega, you swap out Waterfall with Aqua Jet, which I don't really like. I would have preferred if it kept Waterfall, because you also, have the chance of flinch. And again, Aqua Jet's a quick move. You don't really need it because you're so fast, right? But it's something, I guess. But yeah, as for the Sync Grid, Sync Grid's like not necessary because like it's really, really good at base, right? But it does have some good stuff here, right? I don't know why I clicked them all. But you have Inertia, which it's a 2x multiplier to your sync move, right? You get a sync nuke there, if you want. You have Liquidation on a roll, a higher chance to lower the opponent's defense, so you're hitting them, doing good damage, and all at the same time you're lowering their defense to do more damage. That's really, really good, right? Then you got like some stuff like you could run these Pressure Cooker for good chance of reducing countdown 1 in a pinch. It's not that great, honestly. Power Reserve, powers up moves in a pinch by 20%. Charge move gauge by 3. Like you could run like maybe like Power Reserve with your with Synchro Swim, I guess. I've done it before. It's actually really, really good. But again, it's really risky, right? Hey, that's the nature of Grimsley, though, right? So you got Shifty Striker, 30% chance of increasing your evasion when you're using Waterfall. First Aid 2, which heals you, which is really nice. Got some sync move power up nodes, which helps with your sync. Like it's a really, really good sync nuke actually. And then Waterfall Aggravation increase your chance to flinch something, right? So you could also like run it like as like a tech sync pair that gives your team like a lot of speed, and then also could flinch the opponent, right? So that's really nice as well. So Sings and Grimsley, really, really good sync pair, right? In terms of, again, the grid, you don't really need it to like function. Obviously, if you get it like 3 out of 5, you could pick up Inertia. But again, it's either like Sings and Grimsley is like it's either 1 out of 5 or like 3 out of 5, right? At 2 out of 5, you don't really get anything like interesting. Like unless you like want to run it as like a tech Waterfall-ish kind of unit, but yeah, it's either 1 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 in my opinion for Grimsley. So yeah, that's these 2 units, right? Again, fantastic units, but also it's time to save, folks. Again, 1.5 year anniversary is coming soon. That's probably gonna drop some really, really good sync pair. Last time it dropped Signatures Red, which is really good, right? And still really, really good. So hopefully, they drop something else that's really, really nice. So, this is your time to save. This is definitely something to skip, easily. Like even if you are like a huge Wallace or Grimsley fan, right? Again, it's a good banner. In terms of like if you just want Wallace or Sings of Grimsley, right? It's not like a great banner like overall because it's Spotlight, whatever, right? Rate's not that good. But you do get the extra power ups, but they'll come back in the future. If you want Wallace Grimsley, they'll come back in the future. This is a time to save, folks. Getting Valentine's units coming up. We're getting either Xerneas or Yveltal as well, right? Or like there's so many other things to spend on. This is time to start saving gems. So anyways, that's me for this one. I guys hope you guys enjoy. Let me guys think in the comments down below. Like me with this video, subscribe to my channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.